are again together. Isn't that marvelous? We're again together. Together again. Isn't that wonderful? Precious time, precious time. And we're talking about the road to Christian maturity. We're talking about the perfecting of the saints. That's what it says in the Bible, the perfecting of the saints. And today the lesson is growth brings stability. Now, there's a difference between stagnation and stability. Okay? If you're stagnant, you're not growing. Stability means that you're in the right soil, you're getting the right nourishment, so you now can produce life. Okay? You can't, if you want your plant to grow, you can't pull it out of the pot every day. You know, if the plant could slap you, it would. You can't pull the plant out of the pot and put it in another pot. It has to stay in that soil and grow. Okay? So let's look at Ephesians 4:14.
That we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. So far the text.
Okay, there is a need for stability in your life. Listen to me. Listen to me, you part-time half-an-hour Christians. Listen to me. You're in 1 minute and out 1 minute. You will not grow. It's unfair. It's unfair to you, and the expectation is wrong to expect God to use you, and you are not stable. Come on. The Bible teaches that a double-minded person is unstable in his or her ways, and that person should not expect to receive what? Anything from the Lord. James 1-7. In other words, don't expect the car, the house, the husband, the miracle if your mind, double-minded means you have two minds. Okay? 1 minute is this, another minute is that. You are not single-minded. You are not focused, and you are not resolved. You understand? Unless you're focused and resolved, you will not be stable. And if you're not stable, don't expect to grow. Come on, you don't want to wake up one day and you're 40 years old and you're still infantile and immature and weepy and whiny and fearful and angry and gifts are lost somewhere. The gifts lost in the anger. Like, you know, a little piece of meat lost in the soup. You know, whatever happened to the gift? Your emotions that were never developed cannot allow you to exercise your gift. Why? And the gift is needed to build up the body. You see how terrible that is? We need you. God needs you. He's calling for you. But you're allowing your emotions and your instability to keep you from your assignment. Okay? We are to be children no more. No more children. Now, I'm not talking, you know, you may be a baby Christian, so we expect you to be discouraged. We expect the baby Christian. We have the new converts class, and I'm sure in the new converts class, they talk about how hard it is and how many problems they have and habits that they want to let go of, and they can't let go of it. But so you expect to hear that, like the little baby crying. But many of us have been in church for years, and we're still children. The mind of a child, listen to this, is open to any and everything. It must be developed to function properly in the things of God. When you have a childish mind, you're open. You're open to all kinds of suggestion. Anybody can come by and drop something in your mind, and you receive it. That's why the formative years of a child is the years from birth to 6. If you can get your child to learn certain things at 6, it'll be very difficult for them to forget it at 20. That's why some of us are hurting right now. The things that we learned in those years are dictating our lives right now. We learned sloppiness, we learned lying, we learned manipulation, we learned whatever. So now those things are hard to shake. But if you had the right things in there, you would see the fruit of it. All right? Solomon asked for God's wisdom and gift of discernment because he recognized his immaturity. Don't feel badly because you don't know. Ask. You know, it's like people with the GPS system. The GPS, I don't know why they buy it. Explain to me, Pastor Robin, why they buy a GPS system and turn it on. And the GPS system says, 7 miles down, make a right. And the person is going 8 miles and make a left. So why you have the GPS system? Follow Sally on the GPS. It says 7 miles, make a right. And that's because we don't ask. We don't like to ask. We feel like it's embarrassing to ask. The only thing that makes you ignorant is when you don't ask. If you don't know how to live, ask. If you don't know how to follow God, ask. If you can't get it where you are, you can get it somewhere else. What does 1 Kings 3:7?
But I am only a child and do not know how to carry out my duties.
And when he asked God, Pastor Robin, what did the Lord say? I'm going to give you wisdom. God said to Solomon, because you ask of me, I know you're young. Remember, Solomon was a very young man when he took over his father's kingdom. You're talking about the king of Israel. A young man suddenly having this whole kingdom. He's never been a king before, even though he saw his father. But he knew he was what? He was not prepared. And God is saying to you, even though you feel like you're not prepared to live this life, even though you feel like it's too much responsibility being put on you, you feel like it's too demanding and it's creating such a heaviness, go to God like Solomon and he will give you what you need so you could do what God wants you to do. Instability causes us to be what? Tossed to and fro. We have no concept of our character or purpose. When I'm in and out, up and down, you don't know you don't get to know who you are. What can you do? What were you placed on this earth to do? Just when you were getting ready to do something, you jump up and left it. How do you know that you weren't going to be successful? How do you know that the Lord wasn't going to bless you? How do you know that this was not your moment to be released into the things of God? You don't know because you're tossed to and fro. Truth has no place to take root. You will not let roots take root. Find your place and root yourself so you could grow. Stop uprooting yourself. Stability protects the mind. We must safeguard from the wiles of the enemy. When you uproot yourself, the enemy is going to play with you. You cannot get what God wants from you and avoid the enemy playing with your mind if you're running hither and thither. Stability protects us from being victims of deception and heresy. You want deception? Uproot yourself. You want truth? Stabilize yourself. Okay? What is 1 Peter 5:8? What does it say?
Be self-controlled and alert. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour.
You got devour on your chest? He's looking for you. You understand? You're running around here and there, you're a prime target. And the reflection is, according to the book of James, immaturity and instability disallows us from receiving anything from God. Stop praying. You're not going to get anything. No truth, no joy. No wisdom, no understanding. Immaturity rejects truth in our lives and causes us to become a target of the enemy. Be like Solomon. Ask for wisdom and grow up and protect yourself from what? Deception. What is deception? A lie. And open attacks from the enemy. You protect yourself today by rooting yourself. What can we suggest for them today, Pastor Robin?
Oh, we have a product that says whatever he says do it.
And that's what the Lord is saying today. Whatever he says do it. God bless you.